What's up everyone, and today you join me with this beast of a car. It's the Mustang 5.0 liter GT, and we're going to do a quick review about it. I'd like to thank Medan Quatum once more for bringing this car out, and I truly appreciate it, and let's get right into the review. Now as always, let's start out with the design aspects of the car. We're going to start from the front, then go all the way to the back. On the front, we see the elongated hood that actually retains from the older generations of Mustangs, since this is the 6th generation of the Mustang. Over in the front, we obviously have the headlights, and the headlights have this cool looking type of style and design where it's basically more aggressive, more muscular in the sense. The tri-bar gills also make it look more aggressive in my opinion, and they aren't obviously the daytime running lights. Instead, on the European version, which this is, we have these ones being the daytime running lights. On the 5 liter Mustang, something that distinguishes it as the 5 liter GT Mustang is that the front grille has these hexagonal shapes. So this is exclusive to the 5 liter GT Mustang, as well as these columns. These columns make the car look more aggressive when coming from far away, and you can notice that it's the 5 liter Mustang. This front basically splitter looks much more aggressive on the Mustang as well. It's much more basically sleek and more sharp compared to the 2.3 liter Mustang. On the sides of the car, we have things that distinguish this as a 5 liter Mustang. First and foremost, we see that it has the first 5.0 liter badge. This badge basically distinguishes it when it's a 5 liter Mustang. You know that the person who's driving it, or that you're driving a 5 liter Mustang. Then we have the 18-inch wheels on the front compared to the 19-inch wheels on the back. These have these cool looking rims that I honestly think really contrast the color of this car especially really nicely. The black wheels, rims I mean in general, really look nice on this car. It's better than silver or basically any other color, but of course each person has his own opinion. Then we come over to the bottom of the area of the door. We have the side skirt. The side skirt also makes the car look more aggressive, more muscular in my opinion. The color of the car itself makes the car look much more aggressive. The black on a Mustang makes it look more muscular and beefy. Those stripes as well contrast it really nicely. I like the fact that they're matte grey, not glossy, as well as the red pinstripe. That stripe basically goes from the front to the top and to the back bonnet. As well as on the mirrors, on the sides we have this red stripe which contrasts it much better compared to if the mirrors were just plain black. And on the back we see things that distinguish it even further as a GT car. In your face you see that there's this GT emblem, obviously indicating that whoever's behind you knows that you're driving the GT car. 5 liters and a V8 in that front bonnet. And as well as these tail lights, which honestly I think look much better than the previous generations. This type of style where it's slanted to the side slightly looks really modern and really clean, without obviously taking away from that feel of it being a muscle car and being an iconic Mustang with a tri-bar. Now something on most people's minds when they go grand touring with a car like this is how much boot space there is. Now let's check that out itself. If you want to open up the boot, there are two ways. You can either use the key itself, or there's a button down here. You press it and the boot opens up. Now looking inside the boot, there's a lot of space for luggage. Of course not too much space compared to, for example, a car that's for traveling itself, but just enough space for you to carry a few bags and things for your trip. Now let's move into the interior, but before that let's start the car up. The car has the keyless system, so all you need is the key in hand or in your pocket. All you do is press the brakes and press the engine start button. It will light up green when you do that, when you press the brakes. Now 1, 2, 3. And the car comes to life. Now when we speak about the interior, we're going to start out with the steering wheel. The steering wheel has all these types of buttons, and each of these buttons has its own functionality. Most of these buttons obviously have functions to do with the infotainment system to help the driver, instead of getting his hands off the steering wheel while driving, which is very dangerous, to put his basically hands onto the infotainment system to control it. However, we have navigation buttons, volume up, volume down, change channels and stuff like that, as well as you can connect your phone to Bluetooth, since the system supports Bluetooth connectivity, and decline calls, accept calls, as well as some voice command. Now the infotainment system itself has this 6-inch screen. It's actually touchscreen, so you can navigate through items just by a touch of the button. However, of course, if you have a passenger, it's best for them to do it while you drive. As I've mentioned, all the other buttons are in the steering wheel itself. Also, we have obviously power on, power off, types of music buttons, volume, heated seats and air-cooled seats. Obviously, you have also these ones to change modes, for example, driving modes, steering modes as well. We also have in this car obviously the assisted steering system as well as assisted braking system. So the car is very safe if you ever were to find yourself in type of a situation where you've lost control a little. So the car will fix itself for you. Alright, so special features about the Mustang is that it's super safe. It features 8 airbags, so you know that if anything actually happens, you're pretty much in safe hands with the Mustang. It also has a My Key system, which if, for example, you have a son or daughter that would like to drive the car, and they're of age obviously, you can limit their basically maximum speed. And if you're wondering, the maximum speed of this car is actually 250 kilometers per hour. So that's a massive amount of power and speed. Now, I want to talk about how much comfort you can find in this car. The car is very comfy. Talking about the seats, they're leather, premium leather, and that makes it very comfortable when you're going on long trips. You won't feel your back hurt basically for a long time compared to other, for example, sports cars that have bucket seats. And the steering wheel is made of leather, and there's leather basically on the door sills, the center's basically section, as well as in some areas of the infotainment system. It makes it look much more premium and much more different compared to normal regular cars. It gives it that unique type of style to it. It's not too high-end, but it's not like a normal car in general. All in all, the car is a must-have for anyone who can afford it. It's very comfortable, as I mentioned. It produces a lot of power, as I've mentioned before as well, and in general, it's a great grand tourer. Now, under the hood, we have the 5-liter V8. And you can tell it's a 5-liter because, again, we have a 5.0-liter badge telling you in your face that you're driving a 5-liter V8 Mustang. This 5-liter V8 is able to produce 530 Newton meters to the rear wheel, so it has rear wheel drive configuration, as well as 430 brake horsepower. That skyrockets the car from 0 to 100 or 0 to 60, depending on where you are, in just 4.4 seconds at a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour. And that concludes the Mustang GT review. I hope you enjoyed, and I'd like to thank Medan Quatum once more for providing us with this car. It was truly a pleasure, and I'll link their website as well as their Instagram account in the description below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you for watching.